Well, Mavs fans, you can breathe a sigh of relief because it appears that Dallas has avoided a disaster when it comes to Kyrie Irving. Harrison Graham, Jeffrey Cooperstein here for Mavericks Today. Coop, when Dwight Powell just flailed at a ball that he had no chance of getting and absolutely body slammed Kyrie Irving, I thought it might have been Jover for the Mavericks.
I'm sitting there watching, and Dwight Powell had zero chance of getting this rebound, but decides, hey, I'm a hustle guy. I'm going to go try. And he is a hustle guy, to his credit. But he hustled a little too hard and almost ended Kyrie's and the Mavericks season in about 5 seconds. And at the moment, I wanted to commit violence on Dwight Powell, to be honest with you. But the Mavs have avoided disaster. They're officially labeling it a right heel contusion. He will be out for tonight's game against the Memphis Grizzlies. He's already back in Dallas, so he's not even with the team right now. Hopefully it's nothing more than a 1 to 2 week thing at the most. And look, I'm just happy they avoided major disaster here.
Yeah, and if you missed the play, I mean, it's kind of how we described it. Dwight Powell's going for a loose ball rebound that he's not really near. He ends up flailing in the air. Kyrie got stuck under the basket on the ground, and he just lands right on the foot. That's already been a problem.
He landed like on his shin, basically, and his shin bent backwards. I was like, literally at first look, I was like, oh my God, he just broke his leg and he's out for the season. It looked awful. Thank God Kyrie is okay for the most part.
Kyrie does not skip leg day, although he looks like someone who could.
He's obviously hurting, but it could have been much worse for the Mavericks, because if he was out, I mean, there's no outlook for this.
It's over, yeah.
You just don't know what it is.
They could sneak into the playoffs maybe, but like without Kyrie, like you need Kyrie to be a top-tier Robin to Luka for this team to reach the goals it's striving.
No doubt about it. They have Memphis tonight, and then the Lakers coming up tomorrow night as well. So tough little stretch here. Hopefully I would imagine Kyrie misses the game against the Lakers at least, and then we'll see what happens from there. But we'll keep you updated. Jason Kidd will probably talk today before the game, and we'll hopefully have an update for you guys.
Which is why you should subscribe. And if you also want to wish Kyrie well, type 11 in the chat. Cobra Kai. Man, that was scary.
It was scary.
It was scary. I mean, you saw the season flash before your eyes, but appears we've avoided disaster here. So type 11 to wish Kyrie well as he is hopefully back on the court very, very soon.
So we add Kyrie to this now somewhat lengthy injury report. We have Grant Williams, who's out with a knee injury. Josh Green, who seems to be quite a bit of ways away from playing. Jason Kidd said the other day he's not even shooting. All he's doing is just light running right now.
That's not good.
So I would say he's at least out until after Christmas.
I mean, does he have tennis elbow or something?
Yeah, I have no idea.
He can't shoot a basketball right now. That's not a good situation.
Not at all. So he's at least 3 weeks away, and then who knows with Maxi Kleber what's going on there.
It's always longer than you think.
You're not wrong there. These guys are key contributors to the team.
They're all rotation guys.
Especially the top three. Maxi's kind of in and out of the rotation at the beginning of this year, but you can't have key contributors missing significant time. It does hamper the Mavs' ability. Now, I do like the depth that the Mavericks have, and we'll talk about that in just a minute, but I think that they can get away with at least this game against Memphis tonight, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they need to win tonight because you can't go 1-2 against the Grizzlies without John Morant. So 1-1 right now, got them at home or on the road tonight. We'll see if they can get that one, and going to have to do it without Kyrie, so we'll see if they're able to do so. All right, guys, if you want year-round Mavericks coverage like the latest news, rumors, analysis from Coop and I in the offseason, free agency, and draft coverage, hit that subscribe button. We're real Mavericks fans. We're lifers here, MFFLs here on Mavericks Today.
For better or worse.
For better or for worse, and it's a roller coaster. There's no doubt about it. Hop on the roller coaster. Everybody has fun on the Superman at Six Flags. Let's go. Subscribe if you are a true MFFL. We're bringing you videos all the time here on the channel. So maybe this is your starting five tonight without Kyrie?
Yeah.
Dante Exum?
This is what it was on Friday with Kyrie instead of Seth Curry, so I just kind of think Seth is a plug-and-play in there, and that's what they're going to go with. And we'll talk about Exum and Jones in just a minute, but this should be enough to beat the Memphis Grizzlies, man. That team stinks, and the Mavericks were embarrassed by them, frankly, last time. Yeah. So it should be enough to beat them, and the motivation of that absolute embarrassment of a clunker they put together almost a week and a half ago now should be enough to motivate them and to be able to win this ball game.
And look, it's professional sports, so anybody can win at any given night. There's pros on both sides, but there still are certain games on the schedule where you're like, okay, you have to win that game. This feels like one of those.
Gotta
it's
win.
Like when they play, who they beat the other night, Washington or
Portland, Utah.
Portland and Utah.
Yeah,
you
you got to win
you
those
gotta
games.
win those. This is another one. I know it's on the road, but you blew the home one, so you got to get this one back. Like if you had lost, or if you won at home and lost on the road with a couple guys, I'd be like, okay. But
if you go
can't
1-2 against Memphis without Ja Morant, I mean that's a disaster.
And
you have to win this game.
And it's not like they're playing well without.
No, they're not.
Not at all. So
you got to win this game.
Yeah, I need to win this game. So hopefully they're able to do so. And if you want to have fun while watching this game, Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports, NBA, NFL, college football, college basketball, NHL, Prize Picks, prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use our code CLNS to get a deposit match up to $100. This is our 3-player entry, and it's 1 player, but 3 categories.
I'm kind of pumped for this. I was very happy that I was able to place this projection on Prize Picks. I'm going to take the less on Luka, 34.5 points. I mean, that's
going to need some help.
That's a very high total. And then I'm going to take the more, though, on both 9.5 rebounds and assists. So I'm projecting a triple-double here for Mr. Luka tonight.
Let's go, Luka. Let's get it. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. You can win up to 25 times your money on any given entry. And don't take our word for it. Comedian Andrew Schultz, rapper Meek Mill, and several other celebrities are playing Prize Picks as well. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. The best daily fantasy app out there. Use code CLNS for that deposit match up to $100. Okay, Coop, we've talked about it a lot, but it continues to come into even more fruition. We got to talk about what Nico Harrison and this front office have found in these 2 diamonds in the rough, Dante Exum and really Derrick Jones Jr. Like Exum's done a nice job playing overseas the last couple of years, but Derrick Jones Jr., Coop, I mean, he is a legitimate starting player in this league.
Absolutely fantastic as we take a look at both of their stats. Derrick Jones averaging 10 points, 4 rebounds, shooting 50% from the field and 40 from 3. He's been nothing short of fantastic for this Mavericks team, and he's been an absolute godsend. Given the injuries that the Mavericks have right now at the 4 position with Maxi and Grant Williams out right now, it is absolutely wonderful what Derrick Jones is doing. And Dante Exum's been very good as well. The numbers don't really show it, but he's been fantastic for this team, and he's given them a much-needed spark in departments where they need it.
They both defend multiple positions. They're energy guys. In Exum's case, he can help you, not run the offense, but he can handle the ball a little bit. It just Derrick Jones. Like I keep saying, like when we talk about him, like those splits are going to cater at some point.
They haven't
I'm
yet.
I'm going to stop saying it because at some point, a 20-plus game stretch should count for something. So
Jones is. I've mentioned this. It compares to Al Farouk Amino when the Mavericks signed him 10 years ago, and I think that he's going to make himself a lot of money in this free agency class, man. I mean, he's been absolutely fantastic for the Mavericks, and credit to the Mavs scouting department.
And think about this: had they landed Matisse Thybulle,
Derrick Jones would not be on
never
the
sign
team.
him.
And Thybulle has been good this year as well. So, but you obviously have more bang for your buck here with Derrick Jones. And as for Dante Exum, here's the reason why he's playing, and I think it's simply because he does what Kidd wants all his players to do. He plays hard, he plays fast, plays aggressive, plays good defense.
He's versatile, can play multiple positions.
That's all Jason Kidd's looking for. Jason Kidd's not asking you to beat Luka and score 35 points. He just wants people to be glue guys, to be able to fit within the system and do what they do. And Exum can do that because he is such a versatile player. Came out of Australia as a point guard, and he's kind of really more morphed into a 2-3 wing type, where he can guard multiple positions. He can initiate the offense if he needs to. It's not his strong suit.
He's honestly just a better Ntilikina.
That's exactly what he is. He's been a very versatile piece for this team. So shout out to both of these guys. And the Mavericks had a really solid free agency crop, honestly. If you're not counting Kyrie Irving, I mean, you take a look at these 4 guys. I'd be hard pressed to find a better crop of 4 than this.
Especially when you're talking about 4 role players. Like, when you brought in these 4 guys, you'd probably be pleased if 2 of them hit, right?
Exactly.
Like if 2 are playing well. They're all 4 contributing, and all 4 can be rotation players. And look, Seth Curry's been in and out of the rotation, but
when Seth is in the rotation, you know he's going to contribute.
And he's such he accepts his role selflessly.
Exactly.
Like, he's not going to bitch when he doesn't get playing time. So you've got that. Grant Williams has been awesome. He hit a bit of like a kind of quarter of the season wall a couple weeks ago, but he's still been very good. Derrick Jones, I keep waiting to see if that's going to happen with him. It is not. We've talked about Exum. Like, if you had to say the best signing, if you're talking about pure value here, I think it's got to be Derrick Jones. Now, Grant Williams, I think, in terms of just like big picture, is probably going to be the most valuable signing of this crop. But I'm not going to ignore what Derrick Jones has done on a kind of throw-in training camp vet minimum contract.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys think. Type their initials down below of the player you think is the best free agent signing. We're not counting Kyrie Irving because he was a re-signing, but he would obviously be the best.
Yeah, we obviously know what he's all about anyway. So it's been fun to watch. Big game against the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies tonight, Lakers tomorrow.
Let's go back to back. Yeah, and that's even more. You need to win tonight.
Gotta win.
Because tomorrow's going to be tough. The Lakers are
the reigning in-season tournament champions.
Listen, legacy win for LeBron.
There you go. Add to the Wikipedia page, LeBron.
Is it on his reference page, kind of like Trubisky's MVP?
It probably is. That wouldn't surprise me.
All right, good stuff today.
We'll see you guys.
Enjoyed. If you made it to the end of the video, please subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.